Guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out Amber Allen. Amber and everybody and their mama has been sending me this story since it initially broke, but Amber was the first one, and it's coming out of our favorite state, Ratchet ass Florida. So what's going on now in Florida, you ask? What's going on is that there is a father who came home and he found an 18-year-old man. His name is Raymond Frolander, and basically he was a trusted family friend. He had been molesting and sleeping with his son, and this father beat the hell out the child molester, whooped his ass like there was no tomorrow. So this whole situation has been causing a lot of controversy. But what is crazy, what just drives me nuts is just, I don't know where these weirdos come from the internet, but these people are literally mad at the father. You have people honestly sympathizing with the child molester and saying that the father shouldn't have went too hard. I'm going to post you some of these comments that I ran across on different forums. It got so bad to the point where the father is now having to come out and speak to the media and to defend himself, and the police had to come out and defend the father as well, because you have folks out here mad that the father beat up the child molester. It's like, are we in a backwards, am I in the Twilight Zone? I don't understand this crap whatsoever. An 11-year-old boy is violated, he's being molested, the father walks in, and people are saying that he should have just called the police and let the police handle it. Let that be your child, and let's see that you don't have the same reaction. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip of the father speaking out for the first time, and I also have the father's picture, and the father is buff, and the father is very handsome, and now I understand why Raymond Frolander looked the way he did, because the father, man, them arms ain't no joke. Look at the father's picture with the little boy, you know, which is real sad. So the father, you know, he definitely works out. He's like into martial arts and everything. So that's why he was able to lump up that teenager the way he did. Go ahead, check out this news clip, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
My emergency is if I just walked in and found a grown man molesting, and I got him in a bloody puddle for you right now, officer.
Okay, sir, you're at the...
Yes. I want the pedophile gone.
Okay, sir. Okay, you said somebody was molesting.
He was molesting, and I walked in, his was out, he had pants down. I didn't proceed to ask any more questions, sir. Arrest me if you must.
Okay, sir, I understand that. Is he still doing it now, or has he stopped?
Oh, absolutely not. He is nice and knocked out on the floor for you. I drug him into the living room.
Okay, so, all right, so, okay, he's safe right now?
Yes.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 11 years old.
Okay, all right, we got help on the way, okay? And you said the person who assaulted, you beat him up?
Yeah. Send him an ambulance. He's going to need one.
Are there any weapons involved?
My fist and my foot.
Okay, no guns, no knives, anything like that from anybody?
Absolutely not, sir.
Okay, so it's you, Raymond, in the room, correct?
Correct. Not anymore. It's me and Raymond in the living room. This little sick ass is laying just the way he got knocked out with his damn pants around him. I just know when I walked in, things seemed real quiet. I sat down, ate my taco, and I walked in the back, and the way I sat up, the look on his face said something was wrong, and I looked away, and I said, what's going on? And he stood up, and his pants fell around his ankles, and nothing else needed to be said when I saw this one on the floors. I knew what was going on, and I did whatever he had a right to, except I didn't kill him. And you are damn lucky, boy, that I love my God. I don't know how somebody does that to a child.
Is Raymond still unconscious in the living room floor?
Yes. I hit hard, sir.
And how many buildings are there? That's probably what the confusion is. We're sending officers over there.
It's fine. You need to send a paddy wagon straight this little up.
Okay.
Immediate feeling was to kill him. Yeah. So he will never hurt anybody again.
We don't identify child abuse victims or their relatives to protect the family. So in talking to the victim's father, we're obscuring his likeness, though he believes the face of the accused, 18-year-old Raymond Frolander, is getting too much publicity. The victim's father doesn't regret his reaction after walking in on Frolander allegedly abusing his boy, but he isn't bragging about it either. He is, however, bragging about the victim, his son.
My son saved Raymond. Raymond was motionless on my floor. I went to my kitchen to get a butcher knife. My son stopped me. My son came in front of me and saved his attacker's life.
The father says he treated Frolander like one of his own, and says police reports that Frolander was abusing the boy for the last 3 years are wrong. He claims there was an attempt 3 years ago, but then Frolander left town and only recently returned. The victim never told anyone about the attempt, so Dad knew nothing until he witnessed the sexual battery.
You said the person who assaulted, you beat him up, you just
Yeah.
defend
You want,
yourself?
send him an ambulance. He's going to need one.
The beating was brutal but not life-threatening, and the father says that's because of his 11-year-old, who Dad thinks forgives Frolander.
I think he must have, because he saved his life.
You don't necessarily forgive Raymond, but your son.
It's going to be a long time before I can ever forgive that, if I can.
So you guys just watched the news clip and the 911 tape. I love when the dispatcher was like, were there any weapons involved? And the father was like, nah, it was just my fist and my foot. That man of metal. You know, this man did what many parents would have done had they been in the same situation. And the fact that people are sympathizing with the molester, to me, is sick. But one thing I will say is this. When I did hear the molester's name, I knew right off the bat he had been molested. Because the average 18-year-old, they're out here trying to, get with females and, do them. And, the average 18-year-old, they're out here getting themselves some with people around their age or older. They're not trying to mess with little boys and everything else. So when I found out that he was as young as he was, I'm like, he was a victim of child molestation himself. And that part saddens me, that somebody took his innocence and that he never got that dealt with, and then he decided to perpetuate it onto somebody else. And they're also saying that this has been going off and on for 3 years. The father was saying that it wasn't a full 3 years, but he initially first came out the boy 3 years ago when he himself was a juvenile. And I wish that he would have spoke up about his case and told his parents and try to get some type of help, because now he's perpetuated the same crime and he's looking at a felony. This whole situation is sick. The father was not in the wrong. The young man admitted to molesting the boy and admitted that he had been molesting him for a while now. The young boy corroborated and said it was true, that he had been molested. So I don't understand why people are mad at the father for beating him up. He confessed to it. He did do it. So to me, he's lucky that the father didn't kill him. And like the father said, it was because of his son that he didn't kill him. So thank goodness he didn't, because it's not that serious to take somebody's life. But, this is just crazy. And this is why I say that you have to know who you have your kids around. Even people that you can trust can hurt your kids. And that's why you have to have an open dialogue, open communication. Let your kids know the warning signs. Let them know that their body is their body and that no one, it doesn't matter if it's an uncle, an aunt, a family member, a friend, or the friend of the family, no one should be touching them sexually. If anyone attempts to, they need to speak up right away. You need to make your kids feel comfortable. They can come to you about anything, because a lot of these kids hold it in because they don't know how to speak to their parents, or they're scared that their parents are going to judge them or make fun of them. So you have to make your children feel comfortable where they can come and talk to you about anything, because it's real out here, and it's usually the people who are the closest to you. It's usually the family members, the friend of a family, who are the ones to molest your children and to hurt them. So you have to have these conversations, and you also have to let adults know, especially adults who are around your children a lot. Make them feel very uncomfortable around your children when it comes to anything sexual. I have no problem telling folks, I don't know you behind closed doors like that, what you're into, but what you're not going to be into is my 2 kids. That's what you're not going to be into. They know all about child molestation. They will speak and they will shout from the rooftops. So you make adults feel very uncomfortable, like, okay, her kids are aware, she's aware, she don't play that shit. So even if I am some type of closet molester, it won't be with them too. So it's not your job to make adults feel comfortable. It's your job to make your child feel comfortable. So I don't allow adults to get comfortable like that around my kids. I don't just have my kids around any and everybody. So you have to really know a lot of people, because some people, they're family friends, like you said, like in this case, he was a close family friend. They thought he was trustworthy. They thought they could trust him, and it ended up not being the case. So you have to make people feel very, very uncomfortable around your children, and make no apologies for that whatsoever, because, you just never know. You never know. And I just find this whole situation sad, that folks are actually blaming the father and mad at the father for beating him up. The father was obviously enraged and upset because this is somebody he trusted. This is a young man. He never ever put 2 and 2 together. So I feel very bad for the father. I feel very bad for the young man who was molested. And I even feel bad for the perpetrator, because he was also molested and he's also a victim. And he clearly needs help. And who knows how many other kids he's molested, and not only in California where he's from, but in Florida where he's residing right now. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. All right. Deuces.